welcome to Give Mike a Mic Reloaded. Loaded.
Small fun time!
I feel like we could have a very educated conversation without
That'd be good.
being like
Without ganging up on
yes.
me?
Okay, which is your favorite Destiny, Joe?
Probably the one.
You want to talk about
The
Destiny?
one-
What the f*** you want to talk about the Destiny then? Tell me.
So, let me tell you. My favorite one is when...
Jamie, tell me!
the
Jamie!
guy...
But let me see.
You had to chop his head off, his
That's it.
arms off, his fingers off, everything, his penis, everything. Just chop it all off. His power, anything that swings, that can
Yep.
swing, is powerful, including his dick.
Get rid of it.
Chop it all off. Just get it
Get
off.
rid of it.
Get it out of here. Just fling it somewhere else. Burn it to the ground. One of the topics that I've been wanting to do for a while, because as an avid movie theater audience member, it's very important to me. And people think I'm joking, but I
know what you're
love
talking about.
the movie theater. It's like my church, to be honest. Like it's the sacred ground.
sacred.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on
It's
that.
holy ground.
Holy ground. And you guys have been with me in several movie experiences where either someone is talking or on their phone, and I don't get angry except in video games and when I have road rage. But when they're interrupting my church sermon in the movie theater while I'm trying to watch someone get slashed by Art the Clown, like I don't want anybody ruining that
That's not
experience
the
for me,
movie
right?
you want to interrupt Michael in.
No, you definitely don't. Because I will turn into Art the Clown at
don't
that
wanna-
moment. At that moment, I will.
Because at that point, there's going to be a rumble tonight.
There can be West Side Story just happening in that theater. So the reason I want to talk about this is because I think it's very important for us to make a public service announcement to everyone in this episode about proper movie theater etiquette. And I feel because, and Jay, you're here, and the other fucker who worked in the movie theater is not here, but that's okay. We'll go on without him. But Jay, we met back in high school. You were working at AMC Celebration 2 at the time. Moved over to AMC Pleasure Island 24, I believe it was called back then.
Hell yeah. Could I get a hell
Pleasure
yeah?
Island 24. This guy ran.
Those were the days.
Those were
Let me
the
tell you,
days, man.
I'm sorry. But those were the freaking sweetest days.
The sweetest days. So I mean, I'm gonna let you guys give your favorite experiences and memories that you have of working there, and Harold taking advantage of Jay that was working there and everybody else that was working there.
Everybody.
But I was lucky enough to go with Omar and Jay and kind of walk up the behind the scenes, behind the curtain a little bit, following the projectionist around and seeing what his life was like, and seeing how they brought the Xbox and Xbox 360s up there and just hooked them up to
You bring it
you know what I'm
back.
saying?
I never
Yeah,
saw
man.
that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never saw that, but I did see how the movies were put together. That was cool
Dang.
for me.
And I think that was Xbox.
was it 360, I think?
Was
No,
it
I
360?
think it was,
right?
yeah.
Was it?
It wasn't the
It was-
original.
Could
Yeah,
have
it
been.
was
It could have
360.
been. Yeah, it could have been.
It wasn't the original. It
No,
was
it was
360.
360. So yeah, they would hook up that 360 to some projectors and empty screens that was there, and yeah,
Go to
Bro,
town.
I ruled that place. I freaking ran.
yeah. Jay was Jay Vision all day in there, man.
It was.
Yo, Jay was my hookup for the posters. He would be like, "Yeah, you want some posters?" Be like,
Bro,
yeah,
I still have so many. Just
I have
in my
the ones
attic
that you've
right now,
given
bro.
me.
I have, so
I have
many
those in mint condition in a thing.
Yeah.
I have mint.
rolled up in. Yep.
I think one of my
I still
favorite
got 'em in my
ones.
attic.
I don't know who had it, but it was The Last Samurai.
me.
That was you, right? Did you have the poster? Or it was like a
The
whole
whole-
like
no,
setup.
he
It was
had
a
the whole
stand and
freaking
everything.
setup, son.
You had
I
Tom
had the
Cruise in your
whole
fucking room.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it in my room, and it took up an entire wall.
Yep.
And I put the 2 scrolls that it came with. It came with
Yep.
2 samurai scrolls, like with the rules of the samurai on each
Yeah.
side, and it was on each side of that big poster.
And he slept right in the middle, bro.
Right underneath Tom Cruise's nut.
Watching over me.
It said The Last Samurai, and Jay slept right underneath
right under it, bro.
The last Dominican, right underneath, right there.
And then I had, and remember, right in front of my door, right on top of my door, I had a Gone in 60 Seconds banner.
I think I do remember.
Angelina Jolie and Nicolas Cage right there.
Wow.
Yeah, he had
this guy. Everybody. You know what's funny though? I remember those, right? But then I go to the theater now, like especially AMC at downtown Disney Springs. I look at the elaborate displays they have there. I'm like, there's no way Jay would fit this in his room because it's bigger than a fucking house half the time. Like they build elaborate setups that will take up an entire backyard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't even know what to do with that because I'm like, what? No one can take that home.
No. A lot of that stuff
they'll probably go back
down and you know, you're talking about those like big cardboard setups.
No, but I've seen like the one. I don't know if you went.
But they have TVs and stuff like that.
The
like
Mission Impossible one, yes, had TVs, like 10 TVs in it.
No, yeah.
Actually, no.
I think it was
it was like one or two.
Yeah, it was like one big TV, but they split it.
It was cut up.
That looked like
that's
TV.
Now though. That's not
back then.
Back in my day.
But I'm saying now that I don't know they wouldn't be able to fit any of that like in the house.
Jay had all the movie stuff like that, but then when I worked at the game store, I had all the game stuff. So I had like Splinter Cell and everything in my room.
Bro, I even went as far. I don't know if you guys know this. I went as far as actually collecting the trailers.
You gave me some. Trailers. I remember you giving me some. Wow. Yeah. That was really cool because you could like there was like 35 millimeter film.
Yeah, they came in little rolls, and whenever we built the movies on Thursdays,
put them in, slice them in.
The distribution company would tell us these are the trailers that you have to put ahead of the movie, and it's in this order. It had to be that way. So we would get all the rolls, we'd build the movies, and then sometimes we'd have extra. I'd be like, yoink.
Ooh.
Yo.
Now here's the thing. I mean I'll shed some. I mean I don't think anybody really does this anymore because it's all digital now. But when I was procuring those trailers,
when you were national treasuring those theaters, trailers,
bro, I would try to sell them.
Yeah, I remember.
People would buy. I would try to sell them on eBay.
Oh my god,
dude! Yeah. These guys, bro. The worst was Warner Brothers. Any Warner Brothers trailer. Any big production company, Warner Brothers, Universal, Disney. If you had Paramount, wasn't that big. I mean, they were big, but they weren't like eyeballing anything. Those three companies. If you put a trailer on eBay to sell it, dude, they'd flag you.
Oh, wow.
I got flagged like 3 times.
Jesus.
So I couldn't sell them. I couldn't sell. I had to take them off, and they were like,
you had to go down the street corner and try to sell them Celebration somewhere.
Bobby, yeah, it was.
How much can I get for? How much can I get for a 20?
20-minute trailer.
But yeah, they were always watching, bro. Somebody's always watching.
Always watching. Always watching, Wazowski.
Mike
Always watching.
Anyways,
so yeah, man, I had some good times. I had some good times at that theater. Yeah. That was it was fun. It was fun. But I mean, it was bound to end, man.
Every Wednesday was like this.
Nowadays, I went to because remember, bro, I was working there when digital first came out. Bro, when DLP first came out with their first projector. Yep. Okay?
Yeah, because you had like 2 machines or something like that, right?
No, we had one. We got the very first one in the United States.
Wow.
The thing, the projector itself cost $1 million.
And it weighed like 500 million tons.
Dude, it was...
Was it that big?
The projector itself was big, but it was just a housing unit for that insane bulb with the chip. Because remember, it was a DLP chip. And then on the side was the insane hard drive. Because you remember back then, bro. Back then, there's no solid state, nothing, bro.
Nope.
You had a server room,
drives that were like this. Yeah, I mean,
bro, it was bigger than your head.
It was huge. The whole setup was $1 million. They told me. I'm like, well, I know. And from there, bro, I was like, dang, this is the future, dude. I can't believe it. I'm witnessing the future. And sure enough, you go up there now, every single projector is digital. There's there's
the
every
big platters with the huge platters
gone.
Gone.
They're gone.
Diablo.
They're gone.
Wow.
Bro. No, there's no more 35 millimeter. There's select few theaters.
I'm gonna say when they did the Oppenheimer 70 millimeters, did they bring that in special for that, or was that still?
They have specific theaters that have it. I don't know. You guys don't know this guy, but is my old manager. His name's Kevin.
I know that guy.
You know Kevin?
No,
I think
you know Kevin, bro.
I think I remember no, but I do think I remember meeting him because I think you introduced him
in Home
to
Alone.
me.
Yeah, I know him.
No.
No, but yeah, I think you remember telling me that this guy is the one who. But I do everything basically. I think he was like something like that. No, it wasn't him.
No. You're talking. No. This is a different guy.
Bueno.
But anyways, this guy Kevin, I used to work with him. I have him on Facebook, and he lives in Atlanta. And he got a job. If he ever listens to this, shout out to Kevin.
Shout out Kevin.
Shout out Kevin.
Shout out to Richard.
He works at a movie theater. I think it's a Tuplex in Atlanta. It's an old school movie theater that still uses 35 millimeter film only. And he was posting it on Facebook when Oppenheimer came out.
Yeah,
he was running it in 35.
Nice.
Wow.
Or 70.
Well, I'm asking
and
like
that was like 3 platters.
Oh God!
Yeah, I'm sure the platter system must have been insane.
Now, but I'm asking for like AMC, like let's say Disney Springs, that they're all digital for a special engagement like that. That's a 70 millimeter film. How do they bring that in? Like, do they have to rent equipment for that, or do they have a 70 millimeter laying around somewhere in the back, or?
Well, so I mean I know that that Pleasure Island, I think they might have had one. Maybe they might have had one. A lot of it is just changing. You could change out like a sprocket assembly and kind of put it in there, and then change out a lens, and then you should be good. But yeah, I mean a setup like if you needed to run a 70 millimeter film, dude, get a projector in there and have it professionally installed. It's not not like a huge thing. Somebody can do it in less than a day.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you this though, because those machines were huge from what I remember. So do they crane those things in, or what do they do? How do they bring it up there?
It's in pieces, bro. It's in pieces. They bring it up in pieces,
like a Lego
together.
Yeah.
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 They just put it, bro. And my favorite thing I remember was changing out the xenon bulbs, because they used xenon halogen bulbs where they has xenon gas in them.
Yeah,
it burns super hot, super bright.
Yeah, don't touch them. Don't put your grease on them.
Dude, no, bro, they were like grenades. Yeah. If you dropped one,
God,
you better run. You're going to die.
Oh my God.
So whenever, oh dude, they were grenades. I'm not joking. Every time the one would go bad, this still has xenon gas in them. So we would take the bulb out and we would put them inside of a box. And just for fun, bro, we would go to the dumpster and we would
chuck that bitch.
We would just toss them in there real fast so they'd break, and you just hear boom.
Oh, wow. So they're like under a lot of pressure, those things?
Yeah. A lot of xenon gas pressure in there. Yep.
Dang.
You could have built an Oppenheimer bomb with that, bro. That's crazy.
Did you ever have a situation where you were showing a movie and the movie burnt out, like in Gremlins or something like that, and
it's called a brain wrap, because when you thread the movie through the platter system to get to the projector, you have to thread it through this thing called a brain.
Yeah,
and it had these 3 rollers that you just kind of feed it through.
Yeah,
and the platter system has a timing chip in it that is controlled by a little lever, and if the platter's not timed right, the platter could spin faster than the projector's pulling it. So if that happens, the film is just wrapping around the brain, and eventually it just cinches tight.
Yeah,
and then the projector can't pull anymore, and it just stops. And then it burns through because that xenon bulb
is super hot.
If you put your hand in front of it, it'll burn your hand.
Nah, I don't want that.
That beam will burn your hand.
So, but what's the situation that happens? What do you do? Like, you start flipping out. You gotta do everything quickly.
Yeah, you freak out. So we get the call. we get the call on the radio. Brain wrap in theater, wherever. And if you're on the other side of the theater, remember, there's a 24-plex. We're sprinting.
Yeah.
Sprinting. We get into the booth where the movie's at. And all you see is absolute mayhem, chaos, film flying everywhere. Friggin', all you hear is, and then you smell burnt film. Oh, dude, it's that. You want to talk about panic when you have 300 or 400 people or more. 500.
Oh God, are they like rioting? Or they?
Yeah,
they're fucking pissed.
No, they're probably throwing like, popcorn. They're making a whole lot of mess. It's probably.
That's like a normal.
It's not.
That's
fun.
A normal showing.
It's not fun. But basically, you just unthread the movie, cut the frame out that's burnt, splice it together real quick, fix the wrap, put it back on the platter, and go.
There you go.
After you see 100 of them, which I have, you get used to them, so you know how to fix them fast. But
how long does it take you to get something like that done? What's the quickest or the time? I don't know.
I would say the quickest I ever had one, like from the time I got there to back up and running, maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's not
5
too bad.
minutes. But if you're like a newbie and you have no idea what you're doing,
you're gonna shit your pants.
Yeah, you just sit in the corner crying, bro.
Literal dump. Yeah, fetal position.
That's what I would be doing. I can't get last time right on. Tom Cruise, help me, Tom Cruise.
Help me, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey.
Help me, Oprah.
I still remember the first movie I ever built. It was Castaway.
Oh wow. With Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. It was the very first movie I ever built. It was a good one.
Never forget your first, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Never forget the first. Exactly.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned things going wrong in the theater and then the audience going crazy,
rioting,
because we live in this world. We live in an age in a day and age right now where we have people just kind of.
Michael sounds like Agent Smith.
We live in a world,
Mr.
Anderson. This place,
virus. We live in a virus.
This sweat, this smell, this smell. Mr. Anderson, I need to get out of here. It's usually how I feel about the movie theater, to be honest, half the time, because half the people smell, first of all, in there. So this brings me to my the whole thing of this episode is movie theater etiquette, right? So I think the reason I brought this up was because we got into an issue back when I watched, I think it was a Super Mario movie earlier this year. It was in South Carolina.
Yeah. And
we had issues going on with people and their seats that were like, now we have a reserved seating system in most theaters. About 90%, 95% of the theaters are like that, where you reserve your seats online or when you buy them at the ticket booth. And people still, for some reason, don't comprehend that they should not be sitting in the seat that they did not purchase, and they just want to sit wherever. So we had an issue where someone was not sitting in the correct seat and proceeded to make a big deal out of it, and then she played the Karen role, the victim, and had like a family get upset, and then I think my mom got involved somehow, and people got involved, and my cousin got mad, and people were getting pissed off. So I don't know what happened, because I was getting pizza. So I don't know what the heck was happening in there. I just came in my pizza.
Thank God for that, because if you would have been there.
Oh, because if I was there, it would have been on Instagram, Twitter, everything. Yeah. Puerto Rican goes crazy in South Carolina, and then probably get lynched or something like that. I don't know. Over Super Mario Brothers, you know what I'm saying? But it just kind of reminded me of things that a kind of movie etiquette that's just been lost. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of want to get Jay's perspective on maybe a story that he has been maybe a victim, or not victim, a witness to. You know what I'm saying?
A witness to,
seen, because I'm pretty sure you've seen some things, right? And heard some things.
I've seen things.
I've seen things in Celebration Theater with Omar. And
I've done things.
And Omar has done things. I remember. I'm not going to put him on blast, but he has done things with previous people in his life in the theater. And cut that. No, that's payback for when he went at you, Jay, about the cruise or something like that, whatever that episode was. It's payback, bro. So I know people maybe do weird, and I I work in the airline. I've seen things on the airplane, and I understand people are just weird and disgusting and whatever. But
humans are humans.
To me, I feel like there's some movie etiquette, right? And I think especially after COVID, that people, most of the movies were like, you watch them at home. They're premiered to video, premiered straight to streaming. I think people got relaxed and used to that, to where they could see a movie, a new release in their home, in their couch, have a whole commentary, even though nobody wants to know about the commentary, but they're in their house, so they can do whatever the fuck they want, right? But I think people, once the movie theaters opened again, I think people were then still in that mindset that I can buy a movie ticket and still sit here and give my commentary and be the peanut gallery and just do whatever the hell I want, and it's fine. You know what I'm saying? And for me, as a movie theater goer, I'm like, well, if I'm at home, I'm not necessarily as strict about, like, if I have friends over, like, hey, come watch a movie and we'll talk, and because I can rewind it, it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? If I miss something or a piece of dialogue, I'm like, all right, let's rewind it a couple minutes and we'll get back to it, because I like to get every piece of the story. In the theater, you can't do that. In the theater, you pay for it one time. You have to sit there and go through it, the whole seating, and then that's it. You may, if you liked it again, then maybe you could watch it when it's on video, whatever the case might be, that's fine. But I think people are forgetting in the theater how theater etiquette should be. So I think there's a lot of people, first of all, I want to say there's probably 3 big things, and you, Harold, Jay, you guys can add onto this if you like. But rule number 1, of course, is just fucking be quiet in the theater, right? Like, you got excessive talking, which doesn't happen as often. Loud chewing is a huge one for me. These motherfuckers.
I mean, come on.
No. Listen.
I'm gonna say
Jay,
I'm with you, Harold.
No,
That's
Jay.
like,
I know.
I mean, how?
I know you.
You tell me how.
Somebody stop fucking chewing.
No, but
Hold on.
Be real. How?
What do you mean how?
How can you?
Okay, listen. If I'm grabbing,
chewing,
if they
or
were
are you
like
talking
this?
about the bags?
Yes.
You like if somebody's
Yes.
doing that.
Yes.
Okay, smacking
Like
their
smacking their mouth like that?
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Maybe
Now,
that's too much.
Because if
Maybe
I'm
that's
grabbing a piece of popcorn, that initial crunch, I'm gonna hear that. That's fine. And then I'll close my mouth like a regular human being after that. So like the whole theater doesn't have to hear me. The problem is people are just like, and I look across the aisle. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you do this at dinner? Like, are you this person?
This happens a lot to you, dude? Like, this happens a lot?
It just happened in the Marvels. Like, it just happened in the Marvels.
Maybe that could be like young kids who don't just.
No, they're adults. All of these situations are adults. I will tell you, like, the movies I've watched, the kids are like the most well-behaved kids in the theater. To be honest, like, kids in the theater
Mine's
are
the opposite.
fine.
I don't know what it is.
Your kids? I mean, because they're your kids. That's why.
That's
why.
Not my kids. I'm talking about kids that that are in the theater. Whenever
But
theater
that's
with
also
you.
because
What
you
you
probably.
watch.
They're always
but
like.
is that because you're watching a lot of kids? You have younger daughters. So do you watch movies geared more towards that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For me, like, if I'm watching Super Mario, I know what I'm getting into. I'm like, there's gonna be a bunch of kids just screaming and hollering and dancing and freaking jumping on mushrooms. I don't know.
So you're understanding.
I understand. Yes.
Okay.
Same thing with like Ninja Turtles. I was like, that's fine. I feel like I'm gonna watch a movie and these are kids in here. You know what I'm saying? But
the Barbie with the Barbie movie, like, what do you guys think about? And just super quickly, but what happened to me in the Barbie movie is I don't understand the family or the mom who thinks bringing an infant into the movie is a great idea, because you just get crying. And
that
that's
was
like
one of the things.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I was going to say. One of the rules is don't bring your infant child to an adult movie.
like, come on, what are you doing?
That's probably for me.
were you able to
I think
enforce
so.
that in the theater or no? It was just like if people bought it.
Say that.
Were you
say that again?
like an enforcer of that? Like when you worked at the theater?
When I worked at the
Yeah.
theater, no, dude, because people can do whatever they want. What I'm talking just strictly
No, as a viewer,
Your
yeah.
personal,
moviegoer.
but
As a
yeah.
moviegoer. Yeah. No, dude.
So like if they had
People can do whatever they
So
want.
if I came to you complain about like there's a baby in Saw X right now that's just screaming their head off, would you?
There's a baby.
Well, the thing is that I was never an usher, so I was.
Oh, you
I
weren't
was
in charge
never
of
the
like
guy
yeah.
that would- No, I would.
He was just strictly making.
I'm like, yo, I'm just.
But I was
movies.
but I was a spotter, bro. You don't know how many people I caught. I caught having sex from the booth. Oh my god.
Yeah, probably Omar.
You were
I
looking
caught
down
so many
Eagle-Eye
people.
J. It was
Eagle-Eye
J
J.
Vision.
That was J Vision. That's what.
J Vision.
We would call it.
He was like Hawkeye, just in the top. Just
You know what we would call it, dude? On the radio?
3D.
No.
Go.
I'd be like, we have a 1069 in theater 10.
This idiot.
1069. I would, I swear. And
You thought you were so funny.
because I'm not gonna say,
You
hey,
motherfucker. You thought you were
two people-
hilarious and clever.
No.
You're like 1069.
That was the legit
Yeah.
code.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That was
I want
the,
to see your hand.
made
I
that code?
swear. See that code. 1069.
No. Okay, time out. It wasn't in a handbook
okay.
saying,
You just made
look,
that up.
Code for sex.
you're-
1069. We made it up and we would call it out on the radio because we're not going to be like, there's people having sex in the theater.
There's
You know?
People
somebody's
fucking-
on the bone throne.
Yo, there's somebody getting a little freaking blowy in the. No,
We got a
dude.
blow
It's
pop
like,
happening
dude,
in
no.
theater 3. That's exactly. That's what I would say. They'd be like, oh, someone's signing a lollipop. Little blow pop. There's a blow pop happening in theater 3 right now.
Oh man.
We got a blow pop in the faculty theater 4 right now. It's fucking happening.
D4 is getting a handy. Go check it out, please.
We got a 4DX happening right in.
Oh man, yeah, a 4D.
Got a 4D.
But-
Jeez.
But
A 4D.
but that aside, no, I was never the one enforcing that. But just as a pure spectator, as a person who goes to the movie theater, I can't.
Yeah, I don't want your
going to an adult movie.
newborn in the
Yeah.
theater. Like that baby
Yeah,
just
no,
got out of
I
the
can't
hospital. Like go
stand
home and watch Bluey or something like that. Don't fucking come to
Yeah,
my theater
seriously.
and ruin my experience. And that's a whole other
Bro,
thing because then they're like, oh, but I paid money. I'm like, so did I, motherfucker. So what are you doing
No,
here?
but that's a person being selfish because it's all about me. I'm like, everybody paid their money, no, and you're coming to watch something like that adults are coming to watch. Like it's not even a kid thing. I would expect it at a kid movie, like if it was,
Yeah.
I don't know, freaking Mario, whatever.
I wouldn't
But
even expect it at a kid movie, bro.
I do.
If you're gonna
I
bring
mean-
your infant child, okay,
No, well,
is not
no,
going to
okay,
enjoy
yeah.
Mario Brothers.
No,
Is not going
you're
to
right.
enjoy Ninja Turtles.
Maybe they have other kids, and they bring in their infant as well. But
if they
I don't
have their
know.
other kids, it's fine. The kids that can enjoy can appreciate.
But where are they gonna send that baby?
Okay,
It's a baby, Jay.
Nowhere.
It's a
Get
baby.
get out, bro.
Bro,
It's a
and
baby.
that lady, all she was doing is like the baby would start crying, and she would just pick it up and
Pick it up?
try to like make it. Yeah, she would
I
pick
see.
it up and kind of like
Like Lion King?
Yeah,
What the fuck is that?
kind of like the Lion King, and trying to make it like
We're gonna pass this
like,
baby to
chill
the
out.
back. Let's see what happens. And see.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my pet peeves, and then another one is it's not chewing of the popcorn, but it is it's people opening
Nah, that
their
doesn't bother me. That
candy
doesn't bother me.
bags. No, listen. Opening their candy bags and constantly shoving their hand in it, and then all you hear is it's like
Jay, do you
You
want to go
can-
there about that?
you
Do you want to remember popcorn between you and Omar? Do you want to talk about?
It was between Omar, me, and Jay. Yeah.
first off, that doesn't happen all the time.
No.
Okay, that doesn't happen all the time.
But if I'm buying a thing of gummy bears, like that's natural for me to. I'm not gonna be like quietly like try to pick it out one at a time.
That's how I am.
I'll wait till like there's dialogue.
serve nobody.
When there's dialogue on or action, I'll
Exactly.
Go, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Be courteous.
Or like you're talking about in the quiet moments when there's like
I tried. Yeah.
In the
I
quiet
tried
moments
to
when you're
just-
trying to hear like legit dialogue or something, and all you hear is it's like
Well, yeah.
it happens.
I hate that.
To me, honestly, the biggest thing that I hate, and this is not even for me, but I think it's just like, I feel like, why not try to make everybody else's job just a bit easier? It doesn't have to be super crazy. Pick your shit up and throw it in the garbage can. Don't be such a jackass and leave it all over the place. Or, I didn't understand it. And then, I think a lot of people's mentality is like, well, they're getting paid to do that. Yeah, but I mean, it's so easy for you to just throw it in the garbage.
We don't live in a world, Bob.
We live in the world. That's what it is. I mean, even on the planes, like when I'm
live in the world.
when I'm working on the planes, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not paid. First of all, we're not paid to pick up your trash, but people will legit just let their kids throw trash all over the floor, and then just leave the plane como si nada. I'm like, what? Like, if I go to your house, do you have this mess like in your house? Are you leaving this popcorn in your house all over the floor like this? That's the same thing I think about. I'm like, is this how you live as a person? If that's the case, like, why are you having a movie theater ticket? I don't even know how you afford a movie theater ticket, because you probably can't even afford Lysol in your house because you're fucking dirty as shit. So why are you in this movie theater making a mess for the ushers, making a mess for whoever's working this theater? And then me as a theater goer, like, I come into the next movie, and there's sometimes I'll sit on the third floor, in the Dolby Theater, and I know it doesn't get clean, spotless, and stuff like that. But if I reach into my popcorn thing, now in my cup holder, and there's like popcorn in there, I'm like, that's not the usher's fault. That's like whoever the nasty asqueroso mierda that sat there before me, that they left that there. Like, as a courtesy, like, pick up your shit, like you said. I think that's a big one. And then probably on top of that is just, especially now, because we live in a world where cell phones are very prevalent. And I don't mind, like, if the previews are going on, you're going to text, whatever, cool, right? As soon as those lights go off, like, I don't want to see the side of your light of your phone not one motherfucking time. Not one time do I want to see that light, especially if I'm watching like Oppenheimer. I'm in a serious moment right here. I'm like, yo, if Jesus Christ himself was on that stage right there, that's why I said I go back to, like, this is my church. If Jesus Christ is on the screen talking, that's not Jesus Christ on the screen. That's usually Tom Cruise. But if Jesus Christ was up there, would you be texting in the middle of his sermon? I'm like, no, don't do that to Tom Cruise. That's all I'm saying. Don't do it to fucking Tom Cruise.
Don't do that to the last
Don't
samurai.
do it to the last samurai, bro. Don't do it to Ethan Hunt, bro.
Yeah, don't do it to
That's
Last
all I'm
Samurai.
Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that.
So, I mean, the cell phone thing, I don't get as much. But I will say, like, there are just times, and you guys have seen it just straight up, like, where I'm either like, shh. And I'll shut up, just shh. I shush people
Yeah.
all the time.
And I'm like,
We've been there.
like,
We've
oh,
been there. I'm like,
God,
we're
bro.
about to fight. We're about to
fight.
I
We're
will
gonna
easily
fight.
fight. I'm like, yo, if they even speak back to me, if
Michael.
they even
But that's the thing.
talk
Yeah.
back
like,
to me, like, oh, you should, I'll be like, yo, what the like, in my head, I'm already at that level. I'm like, if you say something, bitch, if you continue if you even talk back to me one motherfucking time,
Michael, I don't even know if I want to go.
I'm gonna get up. And there's been time,
I'm gonna be like, he said it.
and I will be honest, like, I know you guys, guys have seen it in action, but I have also, I go to the movie theaters by myself all the time. I go to movies by myself. I'll do it in the movie by myself too. I don't care if I got backup or not. I'm like, shh.
I know you will. You
All the time.
Probably.
and that I
Like, I'll give them a shh. As soon as I see Sony Pictures Presents and you're still fucking talking, shh. That's it.
Jesus Christ.
Now after that,
That's what he does. You've heard it, Harold, right?
now
That's what he does.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
he does that. He does that. And then your brother has the same vibe. He's the same thing.
I've never
Shut
heard him
up.
do that.
see, but
Oh, is that what he does?
goes,
Does he just shut up?
Hey, shut up.
He just
I've heard him.
Now
say
for me,
stuff. I'm like,
after
oh,
the shh,
man.
and if you're still talking, the next outburst you have, I'm like, yo, are you serious? Like, that is the next. That's your second warning at that point.
Do you give him eyeballs?
If I could see them, I don't know. Now, if they're in the same
don't know
row,
where it's coming.
if they're in the same
He
row
goes into
as I am,
direction.
like if they're like 2 seats down and they're talking and laughing and doing whatever shit, I'm like, yo, are you serious? And I'll give them eyeballs. I'm like,
Oh my
and then
God.
I'll
Yo.
shake my head like this. I don't care. I don't care if they're looking. I'm like, yo,
something like that happened to me at the doctor's office.
what?
I was at the doctor's office.
They're playing a movie?
Yeah, I'm at the doctor's office now. Shut up. I'm at the doctor's office and I'm waiting for them to call me. And so, you're in a little room with everybody else who's waiting and everybody's just quiet, doing their thing on their phone, doing whatever. And these two ladies come in to sit like 2 seats down from me. Then there's some older guy, like he's in his 50s at least, sits down next to them and he starts playing music, music,
my
full
God.
blast on his phone.
That happens all the fucking time. I hate it.
So the
I hate
lady,
it.
so the lady over here with the other lady, you know, I'm on my phone just like minding my business, but I can hear this music and he's playing all kinds of stuff. I'm like, what the hell? Nobody wants to hear that. But the lady's like, in Spanish, she goes, "Mira, baja el volumen." You know, he thinks he's all by in the world all by himself, and she said it loud enough for him to hear, and he was just like, "Don't care," just playing his music, didn't care. Then he started singing.
Oh wow!
Started singing, and I'm like, I had like, I had the feeling that I wanted to be like, you're way too old to be this dumb, like to be acting this way.
He's not even dumb. He's just on purpose. He's purposely
he's
just
being a jackass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, stuff like that happens all the time, and I'm sure if they can do that, you know, at the doctor's office, they're gonna do it anywhere.
They do it everywhere else. They do it at the airports. They do it at the planes. I'm like, in the plane, especially. Holy shit! They'll call on my plane, and I'm big on movies. I'm like, watch all the movies you want, right? But this is a red eye flight from LA to Orlando. If I hear one motherfucking thing,
yes,
one motherfucking thing, I am coming to you. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna hand you a pack of headphones, and then if you be like, "Oh, what do I do with that?" I'm like, "You put it in your phone." Because I don't want to hear
put it on your phone.
Put it on your phone.
You like dirty jackass.
They're like, this. They're like, oh, this doesn't fit. I'm like, you either make it fit or you got to turn that down. That's it.
You better MacGyver that thing right into your phone.
But you better break your charger. I don't give a shit. But I tell them, I actually, when I'm on the plane, if I make an announcement, I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't care if it's early in the morning or late at night. If it's a time where I should be sleeping, I better not hear one motherfucking thing from your phone before 10 a.m. You better not.
You get on the announcement.
I'm on the announcement in the beginning. I'm like, no, when we're doing the safety demo, I'm like, just as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you do have personal devices, headphones. That's great. But if you don't have any headphones, you need to turn the volume down because as a courtesy to the passengers, you don't want to be fucking waking everybody up. I've had some people clap.
And if I
like it's that bad.
If I hear you. If I'm here,
if I hear you,
oh, dude, yeah.
If I hear
I'm coming for you.
I'm gonna shh you at first. Then I'm gonna be like, "Are you serious, bro?" then I'm gonna go pull out Alex and be like, "Yo, shut up,
shut up, bro, shut up, bro. Hey, man, shut up. I'm Christian, man.
Shut up, man. No, it's that bad. But do you guys have anything else to add that you like as your one PSA to the world, moviegoers, to your next movie? Harold, Jay, parting words for the moviegoing community.
Honestly, man, just don't bring your infant. It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
I'll second that.
You're just killing everybody else's thing.
I don't have a sitter.
Then don't go to the movies. Stay at home.
Then don't go to the movies.
Yeah.
There's plenty of movies on Netflix.
Go to the Red Box. I don't know. Do something else.
Something.
But don't come to the movies and ruin everybody else's experience. That's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
like,
dude, for real.
It just, I would never bring my infant to the movie. It just doesn't make no sense.
And hear this, okay? Because I once my kids were babies.
They're babies.
And when they were babies. And there was a time when it's like, dude, there's a movie that came out and I really want to watch it. I'm taking my kid. Bro, what did I do?
You smothered your kid.
Watch this movie?
You killed your child.
No, I take my kid.
Go sleep. Go sleep.
No.
Go sleep. Go sleep. Go sleep. Go sleep
right now.
Go sleep. Go sleep. Go sleep.
No, dude, I'd leave the theater.
Right.
I can't tell. I think.
Oh, if your kid was crying, you're saying, right?
Times.
Like,
yeah, I'm walking out. I'm walking out of the movies.
Yeah.
Walking out. I did it. So it's all about being courteous, man.
Yeah. No, this lady took care of the crying child in the movie theater. She, like I told you, she put it up like Simba, and she was like trying to make it like happy and stuff. And I'm like, what? It was weird.
Well,
weird.
My last thing that I'll tell everybody is, if I hear you chewing loud constantly, if I see you on your phone, I'm literally gonna go up to the projector. I'm gonna grab a xenon light bulb and throw it at your face. If you fucking continue,
right up your candy ass.
shove it right up your culo and watch it pop.
You right in the ass.
And watch it pop. That's it. You're done, son.